This is a First Warn Tri-City Severe Weather Alert. Here is Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle.
And we welcome you to First Warn Tri-City Severe Weather Coverage. I'm First Warn Tri-City's Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle. We do have severe thunderstorm warnings that are now in effect. Let's take you radar full. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for northern parts of Leslie County in southeastern Kentucky. So let's go into this storm right now because this storm does have the potential to produce possibly some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts here in Leslie County, northern Leslie County, mainly north of the Hyden area in Leslie County. We do cover Leslie County, so we wanted to come on the air and let you know that these severe thunderstorms are pushing in and off to the north and east. And we do have a little bit of a hook signature here on the southern end of this in the National Weather Service. If I pull up the warning details, you can see it does say tornado possible. So there is the potential that we get a quick spin up of a tornado here on the southern edge of this. It's low potential right now, but the potential is there for a quick spin up tornado as these storms move into Leslie County. Again, the northern part of the county, mainly staying north of Hyden with a severe part of this. This is moving at around 60 miles an hour here. So let's draw a storm track on this. And actually, before I draw the storm track, well, we'll just go ahead and draw it here real quick, just along the leading edge of this at about 60 miles an hour. Actually, I'm gonna have to clear that and then zoom out just a little bit to be able to get this fully in here. So again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning and not a tornado warning, but it does have the tornado possible tag on it. And this is moving at around 60 miles an hour. So this is going to impact the hazard area around 659, Hindman 712, if it passes at 717, Wayland at 722, Wheelwright at 726, and Coal Run at 735. So again, that is where these thunderstorms that are severe and could be producing 60-mile-an-hour winds and cannot rule out a quick spin up of a tornado within these as well are moving here as we kind of just zoom back into this storm. This is a very strong line of severe thunderstorms. You can see this line right here in Leslie County that is very strong. You can see that by the purples and those blues there on the map. Again, that's strong thunderstorms. Those are severe, could be producing some damaging winds. Do want to zoom out. We got more storms to the south, and I'll just kind of take this to more of a national composite reflectivity view. And you can see there's another near the Williamsburg area, storms west of 75 pushing in. There is also some more severe thunderstorms down to our southwest. All of this is pushing up to the will impact the region over the next little bit. Let's switch back to the next view, and we'll switch the Morristown radar and kind of zoom in a little bit, give it just a second to load. It will load up here. And again, we count these severe thunderstorm warnings to our west. The one does include northern Leslie until 7 o'clock. And here, I'll take that off as we wait for the radar to load. We are watching for the potential of some severe weather within this. We'll turn back on this for just a moment, this national composite imagery. But again, you're seeing the severe thunderstorm there north of I-75, the one for northern Leslie County, the one down toward Pikeville, Tennessee. And these are all moving off generally to the north and east. So there is the potential that these storms could produce some damaging winds, maybe even an isolated tornado as they come up into the region. So we really will need to keep our eye on that very closely as they do head into the region. These could produce those damaging wind potential here. And I'll try to get the radar back up here. We'll activate the live scan and see if that kind of fixes things. Let's see if we can just go to the Jackson radar. Looks like for some reason that does not want to load. We might have to switch radar sources. There's the Jackson radar. So you can see that severe thunderstorm could be an issue with the Morristown radar. That severe thunderstorm here. And again, we do have a little notch within this line that is pushing into Leslie County. And in these little notches today, in these lines of storms, that is where we're going to get these quick spin up rotations, and those could produce a tornado. So right here and in northern Leslie, far, far northern Leslie County up towards the confluence area is where we would see that. But again, there is potential there that a tornado could spin up in here. That's why the National Weather Service in Jackson does have a tornado possible tag on this. Let's try to go over to the velocity imagery. There is a little bit of spin there. So again, it's something that we will watch very closely. And again, now we will try to kind of zoom out and switch down to the Morristown radar. Try to see these storms just a little better. But again, I think the Morristown radar, oh, there we go. We got it up. So again, you can see the storm impacting about to push in northern Leslie County. We got these storms down here north of Oneida, southwest of Corbin, just west of IA-75. These do have severe thunderstorms that push east severe thunderstorm warnings as they push east northeast. And we got this line down through Oneida down to Spring City. This is pushing east northeast, will push through the area. And again, some damaging winds. That's the main severe weather threat with a Storm Prediction Center outlook here. You can see those, the yellow, that's the slight risk. That's a level 2 out of 5. And if I zoom into our regional view for just a second, you can see that includes Wise County, over Bell County, Harlan County, Leslie County, Letcher County, Wise County, Lee County, Hancock County, Western Hawkins County, and parts of Dickinson County and Western Buchanan County. The rest of the area is in a level 1 out of 5 risk of severe storms. Again, the main threat, those straight line damaging winds, but a quick spin up of tornado cannot be ruled out within this. So again, we'll go back to the main radar view. We'll stay with this regional view for a second when this pops up. You can see storms mainly west of the region with the exception of northern Leslie County, but these storms will continue to push off to the east. This storm in northern Leslie County kind of formed out ahead of the line. And I mentioned that yesterday in our forecast updates. Any storm that formed out ahead of the line would have the best chance of producing a tornado. The threat of that was low, but those would have the best chance of producing a tornado. That's what we're seeing with the tornado possible tag on that severe thunderstorm warning as it pushes in the area here. So again, we'll zoom down in here to Leslie County. We're still seeing that notch, and it's kind of becoming a little more pronounced as it continues here to push in. So right here, this is where I'm going to be watching for possibility of a spin-up tornado. Weather Service has the tornado possible tag. You see the warning scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Any weather alerts will do that. And again, right there, that's just something we really need to watch. Let's pop up the velocity. I'm still not seeing anything super strong on velocity. But there on our radar, we're seeing some just a little bit of a notch. Let me turn off the radar view and go to a rotation detector, and let's see if it's picking up on anything. It's loading it now, and it's not showing really any spin at the moment. That's some good news. So we'll go back here to just the normal radar view, and we're watching this again, pushing into northern Leslie County. Not impacting a lot of people, but north of Hyden, we'll need to watch this here for probably the next, it'll be out of the county in 15 minutes. But again, as this pushes east-northeast, or this one really was pushing northeast, we do need to watch that of these damaging winds. Let me zoom out on this here. And again, right here, this is where we're seeing that warning again until 7 o'clock. Some wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour within the warning. And it's for this little line segment here from the Leslie Perry County line down here to near the Hal Rogers Parkway. That is where we're watching this. So this is mainly north of the Hal Rogers Parkway and north of Hyden is where these damaging winds, maybe some small hail as well, and again, cannot roll out a quick spin of tornado. That's where that's going to impact. So again, we'll continue to watch this closely as it continues to push off to the east. And again, more stronger storms. They have let the severe thunderstorm warning to the south expire. Um, just expired that. So we will zoom in down there and we'll see a little better on the Morristown radar. So we'll select that one. But it's there near Pine Knot. That'll eventually push into Bell County. So we'll watch it closely. Let's look and see at the velocity. There is a little bit of rotation near in the Williamsburg area, trying to see exactly how that compares to on the radar here. And Let's go to the national radar for just a second. Yeah, there is a little bit of a notch there where that little rotation is near Williamsburg. We'll watch it. Not saying it's anything significant right now. We'll also have to watch anything that would develop in this area out ahead of the line in Lee County, Bell County, down into Campbell and Claiborne County, and Hancock County. We'll kind of have to watch it just to make sure that nothing gets going ahead of the line. They've updated the severe thunderstorm warning in Leslie County. We'll go back to it in a minute. But again, these strong to, again, isolated severe thunderstorms push through there. So let's get back to Leslie County, switch back to the Jackson radar, and we'll zoom down on this warning here. And they have updated it, and they have kept the tornado possible tag on it. You just saw the update come in. It's now moving at a little over 60 miles an hour. This is a fast-moving little mini line of storms is kind of what this is, because it's from just west of Jackson to just north of Hyden, again, pushing through Leslie County. The warning is until 7 o'clock, and the storms will likely be pushing out of Leslie County about 7 o'clock. We'll be able to go off the air here for at least a little while until we get a new warning. But again, right now, this is just for 60-mile-an-hour winds. Again, they're watching a little bit of spin. If I put on velocity, I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me saying tornado. So that's some good news. Again, technically we have that tornado possible tag, but I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me telling me a tornado's here, which is exactly a good thing. So again, we'll watch this closely. Again, it's continuing to push through northern Leslie County here, north of Hyden, north of the Howell Rogers Parkway. So if you're in, kind of stay indoors, try to stay away from windows there as well. They have been talking about a severe thunderstorm watch for the area, as of, or at least for western parts of the viewing area. Issue, not sure if we will, because the storms kind of are already knocking on the doorstep. We'll go back down here and use the Morristown to kind of, and we just got a new strong thunderstorm alert for parts of Bell County. A special for this right here west of Williamsburg. They're saying some 50-mile-an-hour winds could be in that, which I agree with. And we look again, there is some broad rotation to the west of Williamsburg, Kentucky, about to cross I-75. And I'm going to keep this on velocity. There's your rotation. Right here is Bell County. So we're going to watch it close. 50 miles an hour winds. And I believe they're saying pea-size hail possible within that, as it does push in there to in Bell County toward Pineville and Middlesboro. So again, we'll watch this area closely. This is Bell County. This is Lee County, Virginia. This is Harlan County, Kentucky. And these storms pushing off to the east, northeast. Let's see what the Weather Service says these are moving at. 50 miles an hour. So what we'll do is we'll take me off the screen. I will zoom this out just a little bit, and we will track that storm off to the east. At about 50 miles an hour. And so we're looking at Williamsburg 653, Jellicoe 659, Middlesboro 723, 724, Pineville 727, Cumberland Gap, and South Wallens at 742. That's when this strong thunderstorm will be making its way into your area. Again, it's not severe right now, but it is strong. So we'll continue to watch it closely as it does continue to push into the area. We'll watch it. We'll see how this goes. And if it continues to have some strong winds, we'll come back on the air as it gets closer to the area. But we are going to stay on the air again for just a few more minutes because we have the warning for Leslie County that's still active. And we're going to zoom back down into this. And since the storm's about through Leslie County, we'll stay on the air until it gets through Leslie County. And if we pop up velocity, we are starting to see a little bit of rotation, but I think that's more radar clutter there on the south end of that. If I put myself back on the screen right here again, that's the part that's still in Leslie County, but it is pushing out of Leslie County. It'll probably be out of Leslie County within the next 5 to 10 minutes, at least the leading edge, most severe part of that. And then we will turn our attention back to the south where those storms are firing up and continuing to push into the area. And we're just going to go ahead and do that again. northern Leslie County here for the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. Let's stay weather aware. And again, and stay kind of indoors away from windows because of 60-mile-an-hour winds within this strong line of storms. Now back to the Morristown radar so we can see these storms that are pushing into more of our area here shortly a little better in view on our radar. Right here is probably the strongest part west of I-75 near Williamsburg. And this we'll watch and see if it gets a little more organized. It looks more like rain. Some gusty winds are within this, 40 to 50 miles an hour. But again, the most organized part looks here at Williamsburg. I will be watching this. Going to be pushing into the south end of Leslie County, see if it can develop. And anything else that pops up out ahead of this line will need to be watched very closely. If any parts of this line kind of break off and go out on their own, that'll have to be watched closely. I think we're going to see a quick spin up tornado. That's how we'll see it. Again, we could see an embedded tornado in the line, but if we're, and it's a low risk of a tornado overall, but if we're going to see one, it will probably need to be a cell out by itself. But again, we'll watch it closely. We'll turn back on velocity. Again, you're seeing that broad rotation in Williamsburg, Kentucky. The rest of this is looking like straight line winds. Again, very good news. And I do want to note with these storms in northern Leslie County, as we go back up there before we go off the air, these storms here in northern Leslie County did have a confirmed 70-mile-an-hour wind gust in London. That's why the warning was issued for these storms. When they moved through London, the London airport reported a 70-mile-an-hour wind gust. And again, these storms pushing through, and they will continue to push through Leslie County. I'd say when we get a new radar scan, we will end up having these storms out of the county, or at least very close to out of the county where we can maybe go off the air a little bit. So again, the severe thunderstorm warning is about to enter Perry County, or the severe thunderstorm. And the warning does expire at 7 o'clock, and I think Leslie County will be all clear. And I would assume a new warning is going to be issued for this. I don't think Leslie County will be included. If so, it'll be the far, far eastern part of the county. And we'll watch this south of Manchester. It's developed ahead of the line. So it's definitely interesting. It doesn't look anything rotation right now, but you can tell it's kind of developing. And I'll turn myself back on. I'm talking about this right here. You can tell it's kind of trying to develop, so we'll watch it. And again, we got this one little part of this line that's still just kind of scooting its way out of Leslie County into Perry County. It'll be out of our area when it does so. We'll watch far northern Letcher County, but I think this will stay north of Letcher County as well, so I don't think that this complex here impacting northern Leslie County will be an issue for us. We'll watch this southeast of Manchester. That'll push between Hyden and Harlan. And then our attention likely turns to this mass of rain and storms here that is a kind of somewhat disorganized line, but it's definitely got some organized segments to it, especially here between Corbin and Williamsburg, there near the Tennessee-Kentucky state line. And again, we'll watch any spin and watch for that closely. So we'll go back up here just one more time to Leslie County. And well, first off, we'll track this segment one more time for those that wasn't here maybe before in this segment here. And it's moving at 50 miles an hour. So it will impact Jellicoe at 7:01, Pineville at 7:21, Middlesboro 7:22. It will impact Cumberland Gap at 7:26, Wallens Creek 7:39, along with South Wallens and Harlan at 7:45. That's when this storm, strong, non-severe right now, will impact you and push into your area. So again, we're watching it closely. We're watching for any rotation. We're increase in winds in that. And obviously, if it's warned, includes our viewing area, we'll come on the air, kind of stay on the air with you like we've done for this Leslie County warning. And again, we will just kind of zoom back into Leslie County real quick. We'll watch this southeast of Manchester here, and then we will watch this as it pushes out of northern Leslie County into Perry County. Again, the main threat is wind with this 60 miles an hour. There is a little bit of rotation, so if you have friends, family in Perry County, you might want to let them know tornado possible, severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. But any of that rotation is out of Leslie County, I do believe. Yeah, it's right across the county line. So that's some good news there. It's out of Leslie County. And again, this last little bit here is pushing out. It'll push toward the hazard area there. So again, that is that for that severe thunderstorm warning. Technically, still got 4 more minutes on it. But again, next radar scan will likely see that area of storms out of Leslie County. Let's go back down in the south one more time for those just joining us. I'm First Warn Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle. We're on the air for that severe thunderstorm warning in northern Leslie County. It technically still has 4 more minutes on it, but we're watching the main line of storms from Corbin down to Harriman to Spring City. This is pushing east-northeast, will push through the area. A lot of you just get some heavy rain, gusty winds, thunder, lightning. Some of you could get some damaging winds, though, up to 60 mile an hour locally, and also could have the potential of an isolated tornado. Very localized, best chance would be along the Kentucky-Virginia line, kind of Lee County, Wise County, Dickinson County, Buchanan County west, but we'll watch it closely just in case. Again, a low chance for all of us. I'll take myself off. We'll take the SPC outlook and kind of zoom you back in on the regional viewpoint. Again, Buchanan County, Dickinson County, Wise County, Lee County, Western Scott County, Western Hawkins County, Hancock County, all of Eastern Kentucky in the level 2 out of 5 risk, the rest of the area in that level 1 out of 5 risk of severe storms. We'll turn the radar back on. You can see that severe thunderstorm warning still is in effect for northern Leslie County. And again, that storm moving out of the county. We'll watch the storm forming to the south. The next kind of little area that got my eye closely is between Corbin and Jellicoe. It is pushing east. It'll push into Bell County here within the next 50. We'll watch it closely. Again, the line will move through the area between now and, let's say, midnight, and then the severe threat will be over a.m. And then we're watching a quick burst of snow tomorrow morning. Again, maybe a dusting in some spots in the mountains. Can't rule out a trace on the grass in the Tri-Cities, but any accumulation will be on the grassy surfaces and mainly in the higher elevations. No travel impacts expected. That burst of snow tomorrow morning between 5 a.m. and 11 a.m. So for now, we will sign off the air and take a little break. If we get a new warning, we'll come and let you know about it. But again, the severe thunderstorm warning for Leslie County, well, hang on. Technically, a new warning is out for Leslie County, so let's zoom back into Leslie County. What they have done is they have extended this warning, and where the storm is still in Leslie County a little bit, they technically have clipped Leslie County in this warning. The storm is moving out of Leslie County at this time. It's right here, so it's moving out of the county. It'll be out of the county within 5 minutes, heading toward hazard. The good news is, though, they have took the tornado possible tag off this severe thunderstorm warning. This storm is racing at 60 miles an hour, highway speeds through eastern Kentucky. So again, we'll keep an eye on this line of storms off to the west. It does look a little bit more organized than what it did 5 or 10 minutes ago. We'll watch it closely. Damaging winds, the main threat. Cannot rule out an isolated tornado. Watch it closely. Should we have more severe weather alerts, we'll come on the air and let you know about them. But for now, for First Warn Tri-Cities, I'm First Warn Tri-Cities Chief Forecaster Skylar Doyle.